welcome to my channel. My name is Anya, but I'm more known in the Authortube chats as Lady Lazarus, but I mostly go on, right now at least, on my platforms such as Instagram and also YouTube now as Anne Darling, which has now become my pen name, or has been my pen name for a while, but I haven't really used it any of my works. So yeah, wanted to do the Authortube newbie challenge since I am new to Authortube as an author myself. And I get questions which I wrote down some of them and then my answers because my brain is far too scattered to really think of an answer on the spot, so I wrote down some notes so I wouldn't forget what I'm actually talking about and blabber on like I usually do when it comes to things I'm kind of new to. And as you can probably notice, I'm also new to making YouTube videos, so please be nice. Alright, let's just get right to it. The first question: how did you find out about Authortube? So, I found out about Authortube through Booktube actually, because I think I started more with being interested in book reviews and just in general book recommendations and things like that. And through book review, I found well, not specifically through book review, but it was kind of recommended on my YouTube. I found Jana Moresi, who I'm sure you know. She's awesome, makes great content for writers, and I kind of fell in love with that type of content, and I started looking more into it. I also found out about Authortube through NaNoWriMo. For example, I found out about the word nerds through NaNoWriMo. And I also found other Authortubers. The more I looked into it, the more I found. And I started to really fall in love with the Authortube community. And that's basically how I found it. Second question: what genres do you write in? I mostly write fantasy, but I also write mysteries, psychological thrillers, supernatural stories with a bit of mythology sprinkled in because I love my mythology. I would also like to write horror or at some point, but I'm still learning more about that. Question number 3: what is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? Yay! So I would say my preferred point of view when writing is third person, but it also depends on the story. I did try writing in first person, and I'm not quite sure yet how I feel about it. I think I did well. There was definitely a lot less problems with head hopping, but I think I'm still learning how to write in general, so I wouldn't be able to give a concrete answer to the other questions. I suppose when it comes to category, I like to write more adult things. Well, not specifically adult. I guess new adult. I don't know. I definitely wouldn't count it as YA. Um, Question number 4. Are you a plotter, pantser, or planter? I'm a planter, but I did start out as a pantser, a complete pantser. I just wrote my stories with no outline, no nothing, just writing it into the dark. But it usually didn't end up working well for me. Sometimes I didn't finish the projects I started. Sometimes the middle was so terrible that I just gave up on it. Sometimes I just didn't like the story. Sometimes I had imposter syndrome. Sometimes other things happened, and it just no stories. And I realized then that it's probably smart to plan or outline at least a little bit. And I did try that out this year at Camp Mano, and it turned out pretty okay. Although I still think that the middle of my story is kind of and that it went in a completely different direction than I first planned it to. Which probably has to do with the fact that I didn't outline a lot. So I think that I'll need to look into more outline methods that would help me more with building my world, building my stories. And I did start with that, and I've currently been researching the plot embryo, which I've been interested in for a very long time. And then question number 5. Are you a self-published, published, or yet to be published author? I think, as is with many authors, I would like to be published. Even maybe not, I mean, I would love to be traditionally published, but I am planning on self-publishing. That is one of my biggest dreams, to have a book out there. It doesn't matter what kind, just something. And I think the first work that I am planning on putting out there will be a collection of poems, which I'm working on at the moment. Well, not at the moment, just as I'm writing other things, other projects. I'm writing some poetry in between, and I'm planning on collecting those poems and just putting them in a poetry book, essentially. Even if they don't have any connection to each other. I mean, they do have an overarching theme, a certain theme. So they do connect, but they don't as well. It doesn't matter. I'm writing them for myself. I'm not writing them for anyone else. It's just me and my thoughts on the page. The next question is, what Authortube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? So, I guess I don't think personally that I will be able to provide many videos. I am still a college student and I'm working on my master thesis, or will be next year. So the videos will be kind of in between. So there won't be many, but there will be videos. And the kind of content that I think I will be working with is mostly just keeping myself accountable, to motivate myself with continuing to write, because I feel like if I put a video somewhere where a lot of people can see it, I am kind of forced. Well, not exactly forced. I kind of encourage myself to actually do this, because I have just started to seriously contemplate myself as a writer, because I never thought of myself like that before. I was just like, oh, writing's just a hobby. I'm never gonna be published. I'm never gonna self-publish. I'm just writing for myself. I'm just writing these stories so my friends can read them, um, so my family can read them. Just I never really thought that seriously about it. When I watched all these authortubers just doing what they love, and I always admired that because I never did that. And I wanted to do this. I wanted to be an authortuber, even if I don't post a lot of videos. I'm doing this for myself. Okay. When did? Oh yeah. Other. Sorry, I almost forgot about the other things you can find. You'll find on my channel because God, it's ramble. So yeah. Other kinds of videos that you may find are maybe streams. I'm still holding something secret, not telling you because I'm gonna tell it on my Instagram. Hello. No, don't follow me. I'm sorry. Yes. So streams, vlog type videos, works of progress, any kind of advice I can offer, even though I probably can't offer good advice, as I don't think I'm that good of a writer myself yet, so don't expect anything from me. I also kind of want to do a sort of chit chat videos, probably with some art in the background, maybe. That's it. So next question. When did you start writing? So I think I started writing in middle school, but I did think of stories before that. I told stories before that, but I never wrote them down. I was I always kind of just told like my parents odd stories, like of something silly that I came up with, but I started writing in middle school, and I started by writing fan fiction, which is probably something a lot of authors started with. What was the first story I ever wrote? So I kind of answered this question already in the previous, sort of. My first story was fan fiction. I'm not gonna tell you what kind, but I remember it being sort of short, and my English was terrible back then. I think I still have it somewhere, and my friend has a copy of it. I don't like looking at it. I mean, sometimes I do because it's really funny, but yes. What authors have inspired you the most? I would say that a lot of authors inspire me, or anyone who actually does any kind of creative work, especially when it's writing, because I think that takes a lot. So I admire all types of writers. I think they're amazing. Everyone. I think everyone's an inspiration in some way or another. So yeah, but I guess authors like Terry Pratchett, J.R.R. Tolkien. Um, trying to think. Trying to think of more. Rick Riordan. I don't know. I feel like no matter what kind of writer you are and what kind of book you've written, you are valid. Like even the bad books. Sometimes I think like oh my god, how can people read that book? Like there's an audience out there for everything. But yeah. Do you schedule your writing sessions or just get to writing when you find the time? It depends. I usually write when I have the time, as I'm a busy person and have to do a lot of other things, mostly schoolwork and work at home. And I have a lot of other things to worry about aside from writing, and that's just how life is. But I do sometimes schedule my writing if I have the time for it, usually during holidays, but not always. Because I am one of those people that like to procrastinate on things they like to do. Do you type on a computer, typewriter, or handwrite? I usually type on my computer, but I do brainstorming in my notebook, and I also sometimes write in my notebook. I tend to even write whole chapters in my notebook and then transcribe them onto my computer for my project. And it really depends, because sometimes I like writing the things I am thinking of on my notebook, because my ideas tend to be instantaneous and I really need to write them down quickly or I'm gonna forget about them. So, and it helps a lot with outlining as well, because I already have some notes on the story that I want to write. So it's not as difficult to think about what I need to do, because I already have some things written down. I just need to flesh them out some more. Yeah. Where do you write in general? So I usually write here on my at my desk, but since I am a human being that cannot sit still, I also tend to write on my floor. That's just how it be. What are you most looking forward to being part? If I ducked it up. What are you most looking forward to now that you're part of Authortube? I think what I'm looking forward to the most is just being part of it, because I think this is a wonderful community. It's a very supporting community. I think I've made a lot of friends through it. I learned about new authors through it. I was inspired by it, so I think I just want to be part of the community, make more friends, just in general have fun.